Alright, welcome to the first podcast on the James TV channel. Again, my name is James alongside Trey. Today we're going to be talking about, it's going to be an NBA podcast for the first one. We're going to be talking about all 30 NBA teams. And for today we're going to be talking about the Central Division. And basically what we're going to be doing is going over each team and if they should buy, sell, or if they're contending. So the first team in the Central Division, number one in the East actually, the Milwaukee Bucks.
They're number one in the East.
They're number one in the East.
They're number two in the East. The Raptors are 36.
Yeah, but they have 12 losses compared to Toronto's 15.
The Bucks are pretty good.
Right. So we're going to start off with the Bucks. Buy, sell, or contend.
I'm going to say buy for the Bucks. The sole reason is because I don't think they can beat the Warriors or the Rockets. I think they can probably contend with the Raptors and the Celtics, but I think the point is to get a championship, all right?
Right.
It's not just to make it to the finals. And I don't think they're even close to beating the Warriors unless they get a big piece along with Gianni, like Anthony Davis.
Okay, so I basically agree with what you're saying. I think they're pretty much contending out of all teams. I think the only team that will beat them is the Warriors, but the Warriors are going to beat every team in the league. I think they add...
Houston got pretty close last year.
Houston's not the same team, but we can go over that for their division, right?
CP3?
CP3, it's not going to make a difference. He's coming, I think he's playing tonight.
That'll make a difference.
It's not going to make a difference. They're not good enough.
Harden's playing like...
We can talk about the Rockets. We can talk about the Rockets in their division.
All right, Bucks.
Bucks are pretty much contending. I think
Brogdon is a beast.
Right. I think they just need Giannis to get a jump shot, and I think they need a couple shooters, and that's basically it. I think that's the closest they're going to get to beating a Warriors team. I think in a 7-game series.
They can win a couple, maybe?
I think they could win. I think you could go 6, probably. I think
6?
No, I'm saying it would go up to 6 in the finals.
I think the Bucks maybe win one game.
I don't think anyone on the Warriors team can guard Giannis. No, he's not going to be able to guard Giannis.
I think they don't have to guard him one-on-one. But when you have Klay Thompson, who's one of the best defenders in the league.
He can't hold Giannis.
And,
How do you explain Klay to guard Giannis?
Draymond inside.
He sucks this year.
He's still playing good defense.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
You can see a clear drop in Draymond. I don't think they have any shot at guarding Giannis. And if you guard Giannis, then you throw it to Brogdon, you throw it to Middleton, Bledsoe, they're just going to knock down shots.
They have a good squad.
And you throw it to Brook Lopez, who also shoots threes now.
But imagine having that and then having Anthony Davis come in.
Right, they don't need Anthony Davis. I think they need Anthony
Davis. I think that's the one position they're missing.
How? Well, he'd be playing Giannis.
They got Gianni, Middleton, Brogdon, Bledsoe,
Brook Lopez. That's what they need though, because Brook Lopez could shoot. That's the whole point. Giannis basically plays 1 through 5.
Are you telling me Anthony Davis can't shoot?
He's not okay.
He's a great shooter.
Anthony Davis
and he's a Chi-Town kid.
Right. Anthony Davis doesn't play as a shooter. He needs the ball in his hands to play. With Brook Lopez, he fits that team just because Brook Lopez, his job is because he doesn't get rebounds.
Are you telling me right now that you'd rather take Brook Lopez than Anthony Davis?
I think for their system, it makes more sense for Brook Lopez. I think any team needs Anthony Davis. I think that's not realistic.
I think they improve by 20 games if you put Anthony Davis.
But how is that? That's not realistic because what are they going to trade for Anthony Davis?
Maybe your boy Brook Lopez, if he's that good.
Right, Brook Lopez for Anthony Davis. It's not happening. He's not going there. I think they just need a couple shooters. Honestly, I think they're pretty much all they can do unless they sign a big free agent.
At the end of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we both agree they have no shot.
I think they do have a shot.
To win one game in the finals.
Win 2 games.
They might not even make it. The Raptors are good. The Celtics are amazing. Kyrie's playing really well.
Right, but I think the Bucks would be able to make it. I feel like, Giannis is just too good.
Maybe if the Bulls get on a run.
Right. Next team, the Indiana Pacers. Sad news to see Victor Oladipo go down with an injury. He's going to be out for the rest of the year. And also destroying my fantasy hopes as no Victor Oladipo basically ends my season.
That's true. I am beating you 9-4 right now.
That's fine. So Pacers, buy, sell, contend. I think it's just going to be another trial year. They did last year. They went 7 games with LeBron and the Cavs, and they showed signs of being a good team. Obviously, I think with Oladipo out, I mean, it's just going to have more chances for the young guys to improve. Get to see if Tyreek Evans can actually do something because he'll be starting in Oladipo's place.
And they have the 6th man of the year this year, though.
Who's 6th man?
Sabonis.
He's not 6th man of the year. You're out of your mind.
Yeah, he is. He's been insane. He's been so good.
That's another topic. There's a lot of 6. You think Sabonis?
That's not another topic. We're talking about the Pacers.
You think Sabonis is a better 6th man than Derrick Rose?
Yeah. Sabonis has been playing really well.
Wild.
Also,
Better than Derrick
Derrick
Rose.
Rose.
No, he doesn't. Jeff Teague starts for Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose comes off as a 6th man.
Jeff Teague plays 7 minutes.
It doesn't matter. He's still a 6th man. Comes off the bench.
I'd say Lou Williams is better.
Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
Okay, you're out of your mind. Lou Williams is better than Derrick Rose.
Lou Williams had a triple-double against us yesterday.
That's
He's
fine.
not killing.
That means nothing.
He averages like 24 points a game, dude.
All right, next team.
No, I didn't go.
Okay, go ahead.
For the Pacers. So I think they're a weird team to review for this game just because they're not buying. They're not buying right now because
Well, I think they should buy at one point, but
next year maybe because they can actually contend next. I mean, they're 32-15. They have a good record, but now that Oladipo's out for the season, if they buy, I feel like it's a waste. And it's definitely going to drop. I don't think they're selling because they can contend next year. They're very good. And I just think they're kind of cruising until the season's over.
Yeah,
they won't make the playoffs.
I mean, they'll probably be a low seed team with Oladipo out, but at the same time, like seeing Oladipo, I don't know. I think they could be like a 5th, 6th seed at the end of the year
With Oladipo or
without him.
Yeah, they could probably win 10, 15 more games.
I wouldn't be surprised. Next team, the Detroit Pistons, a team that's very underrated that no one cares about for a reason. Buy, sell, contend.
They're a pretty boring team.
It's pretty obvious that they should be selling. They're below 500. Players like Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond they're just insane players. They get 20 points every game with over 10 rebounds. I mean, at least Drummond does.
Blake Griffin, I think he's got 7 or 8.
Blake Griffin's very good, but that team is just really just...
They just have nobody else.
I don't know what their plan is. I don't know what they're thinking. I think they should just trade Griffin and Drummond, get draft picks, and go for the race for Zion because, I mean, they might make it as an 8th seed. I think they're the 9th seed in the East or something like that.
I think they're way closer to the
in.
playoffs than getting Zion. I don't think.
Right.
The Hawks, we have 11 wins. The Cavs have 9. Pistons have 21.
Right. I just think...
We probably won't win 10 more games this year.
Well, I don't think that the Pistons...
They're trash.
Yeah, that's basically it. They have no point guard, no
trash.
shooting guard. They traded Tobias Harris.
Who's doing amazing.
Right, they did
now.
trade Tobias Harris, but they also got Blake Griffin in return. I don't know which one I'd rather have, honestly, because Tobias is younger. I think Blake's better.
playing really well.
But
Reggie Jackson's not going to cut it, you're saying?
Well, obviously not. I don't think anyone really knows who Reggie Jackson is other than that, 1 year for the Thunder.
Should have gotten LeBron.
All right. Next team, we're going to skip over the Bulls. We're going to say them best for last. Cleveland Cavaliers. Another boring team.
They're an obvious sell.
Right.
But the thing is, they have nobody to sell. So they're kind of like the Pacers, just cruising until the end of the year, hoping to lose enough games to get the first overall pick.
I think, actually, no, they definitely are selling just because they have Kevin Love.
They do have K-Love. He's been injured all year, though.
With Kevin Love injured, I think they're definitely going to trade him. I mean, honestly, I don't really know what they would get, what trade they'd be looking for, because Dennis Smith Jr., there's been a lot of controversy about him with the Mavericks, and they were talking about maybe trading him, but it's also not guaranteed. But for the Cavs, who cares? They don't need that because they have Colin Sexton.
Who's playing all right.
Who's okay. I'm not too high on Colin Sexton, but
that's why they have 9 wins.
Exactly. That team's just really bad.
I think Tristan Thompson, too. He has a pretty bad contract.
Thompson and Kevin Love have to be gone for them.
I just don't know what they get in return.
Who better fit their team, RJ or Zion?
Zion. I think any team that has the first pick is going with Zion.
Yeah, nobody's passing.
Just because
generational talent.
Just because he's gonna fill seats, and then also his potential is literally insane. Like you have no idea what he's gonna become. He could also be a big bust.
I don't think he has any potential for a bust.
I
think relative to his pick, like first overall, maybe. But I think he's gonna be a star in the league no matter what. Like the dude is unreal.
He's 6'7". I think he's the second heaviest player in the NBA. Would be in the NBA. Yeah. He doesn't have a shot.
He doesn't have a shot.
He's not tall enough. I mean, we'll see. His strength is going to help him a lot.
He's got a good IQ for the game.
But that's definitely what the Cavs are looking for. And to go along with that, the Bulls are also looking for that. How you feel about the Bulls?
I think they should sell everybody that's not named Markkanen, Dunn, Levine, or Wendell.
You want to sell Hutchinson?
Hutchinson, actually, he just got injured.
Yeah, he is injured.
But he actually has been playing well because he's getting minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't getting minutes before. Hutchinson can stay too, but everybody else needs to go. And we need to get more draft picks, and we need to sign some free agents, honestly.
I think the main people that need to be traded, well, the main person is Robin Lopez.
Can we start with the coach?
Coach? No, we can't. I was kind of angry that we fired Fred Hoiberg. We're going to go back to Hoiberg real quick. I was kind of mad because, like, the front office really put them in a bad situation with the Bulls. They were clearly rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are they expecting? They want to rebuild, yet they're going to fire their coach because they're not winning games. That just doesn't make sense. That just goes back to the front office. We have one of the worst front offices in the league.
Well, they need to be gone first.
Well, they need to be gone, but they're not going to leave anytime soon.
They're not getting fired.
Right. Oh my God, it's crazy. But then Jim Boylan, I mean, I don't care about him. I don't think he's a good coach.
He's horrible.
I think once we start playing better, once we actually have talent and we're not rebuilding, he's gone. He's probably going to be the first one gone.
I think if we had a good coach, we wouldn't have 11 wins, though. I think we have enough talent with Markkanen and Levine and Dunn and Wendell to have more than 11 wins.
Well, yeah,
but they were injured, too, in the beginning of the year, so that had something to do with it.
I was also kind of surprised because looking in on the season, like, you're right, with the injuries, I thought the Bulls would make the playoffs, honestly. I was kind of scared.
I think everyone did.
Because, like, with Dunn is our only defender, really. He's the playmaker. Levine is basically our Kobe. Markkanen is a white version of Kobe.
Bad.
Nope. Markkanen's amazing.
Beast.
Wendell.
He's Dirk.
Wendell's going to help out defensively. His offense isn't going to do much. He's in block, rebound.
It's his first year, though. I think you got to give him credit for what he's done.
Right.
Wendell's had multiple 20-point games. He can score. It's just his first year under a horrible head coach.
Right.
And a team that hasn't played together in forever. That whole unit's played together maybe 4 games because everyone's been injured. I mean, you can't expect them to do better than 11 wins with a crappy coach and no other talent around them.
I mean, that's true. I think the Bulls fall into a different category alongside the Cavs are selling. Bulls fall in a different category because they're not selling, really. They're not buying. They're not contending. They're just rebuilding.
They're waiting.
They're looking for the draft. They're waiting till June. I think what fits better for our team is RJ Barrett. But if we get the first pick, I think it's 100% going with Zion.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're just waiting.
Right. Anything else to add?
I just think next year, if we do get the first pick, or even top 3, but like Dunn, Levine, Zion, Markkanen, and Wendell, I think that's a solid group.
Right.
I'm a new coach. I don't think this team's going anywhere with the coach we got right now.
Right. All right. Well, that pretty much covers the Central Division. That's going to be the end of the first podcast. Next podcast.
Not a very good division.
Not a very good division, except for the best team in the East.
The Bucks are right.
But and the Pacers.
The Bucks are right.
We'll just take back what you said. Anyway, next podcast, Bucks, Pacers.
Pacers, Pistons, Bulls, Cavs.
Right.
Facts.
Anyway, next episode we'll be talking about a different division, probably Southeast, Atlantic, whatever we really feel like. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment for the next division we should do or any other ideas. That's pretty much it from me and Trey.